But at the moment, we're still expecting Honorable Ehiozoa Agbonaima, a member of the APC. We're hoping that he can make it before the show is over. He's supposed to be on this morning. But at the moment, we also do have Osita Chidoka, who is a former Minister of Aviation and advisor to the PDP on strategy and external engagement. Good morning, and thank you for joining us. Well, yep. The PDP has... Okay, we know this also equally concerns the PDP. They are also participating in that election in Edo State, and statements credited to them, saying that they're expecting him to join up in the party. But then give us your impression of how all of this is playing out at the moment in the state.
Well, Edo State is symptomatic of the crisis of the APC. For you to understand what is going on in APC Edo State, you must go back and understand the history of APC. The APC is an amalgam of three parties: the ANPP, the CPC, and the Action Congress for Nigeria, ACN. And if you look at those three parties, they were not democratic parties. They were parties owned by individuals. The Buhari organization, his political campaign organization, left ANPP after his unsuccessful effort at 2003 and 2007 and formed the CPC. And then the ACN, as you know, came out of the Alliance for Democracy, and most of his governorship he got back in I think 2008, 2010 period was mostly from the courts. And you will know that the ANPP, which had its precursor as the APP, was basically largely a northeast and some part of extreme northwest political party. They had no pan-Nigerian mandate. So this political party has in its internal DNA an incapacity for democratic principles, because if the chairman of the party is a Democrat, being the chairman of a party with 36 states, he ought not to have relocated himself to Edo State to settle personal scores. And the fact that the NWC of the APC, the president of the country, the board of trustees of the APC could not restrain the governor, the chairman, from using his office to stay in his home state.
Concerning the formation of the party, concerning the formation of that party, the PDP, we all know it was formed in a similar manner. So formation of political parties and whether or not they have ideology, we keep arguing about that they all want the same thing. Many people will always tell you. So they'll ask, what's the difference about this one?
Contrary to your views, the PDP came together in the 1998, an amalgam of various political organizations, and have varied stakeholders. So when you come to the PDP, you find that it is difficult for the chairman of PDP to impose his will on any state government, because inherent in the PDP structure is a diffusion of power, which is not present in the ANPP.
But at the moment in Edo State, isn't the PDP looking to profit from this? Or some will tell you, look, Governor Baseke might be doing all of this because he feels, well, the PDP will always give me a platform. In fact, people were saying that PDP was even priming for this, and as such, it's going to come with all the levers and quote-unquote of power into the PDP, and not that they'll reject him, will they?
No. The PDP is not going to profit from it. The PDP is strengthening democracy in Nigeria by making its door open to those who have been oppressed. You see, the APC is oppressing its own candidates. So what the PDP is doing, because we need to understand that the country needs a democratic platform. The country needs a democratic platform, and the only platform in Nigeria today that is democratic, that goes through a free and fair primaries in its activities, that has learned from its mistakes, that has made mistakes in the past, that has moved forward in deepening internal democracy is PDP. So what we do today is that as APC exhibits its authoritarian roots, as it exhibits its anti-democratic tendencies, PDP is the available platform for those who want to come and enjoy the benefits of a democratic party.
But the thing about this
today in Edo State is the governor coming to a democratic party to have a free chance, and that is why it's taking us time in negotiating with him and other people to have a free time to be able to participate in our democratic process.
The thing about this is that it's evolving. There are matters that have gone to court. There's a recent ruling yesterday, and they've announced certain steps. That's the APC themselves. So isn't that an indication that, okay, well, the law will eventually take its course here? So that window is still there. So to that extent, one wonders if we can be so categorical about all of this since it hasn't ended. But for the members of the PDP...
we're not being categorical. What we are being is that we are making Nigerians to understand that come 2023 and for future elections, Nigerians should go out and vote for that political party.
You're going too far. I'm talking about the elections that will happen just very soon in Edo State. Well,
yes,
but
Edo State offers us an opportunity. Edo State offers us an opportunity to show to Nigerians the tragedy of that congregation called APC. It's a major tragedy that a party that fielded a candidate will turn around 4 years later and say the same candidate has no certificate. I mean, it is a travesty. It is a tragedy that we in the PDP watching and aligned to that is the fact that the APC government has refused to sign the electoral bill, has refused to move the electoral bill before the Edo State elections. Part of the challenges that we are witnessing today is that electoral bill will have offered us an opportunity to deal with some of these issues that are coming up. But by and large, I am of the opinion that the Edo State crisis is symptomatic of a fundamental problem of lack of wider stakeholder ownership and a democratic culture in the APC.
How will those candidates in PDP who are gearing up for the primaries, they picked up the form, they're going to do all of that because they've committed resources and everything, and then they now see that you're going to eventually accept Governor Obaseki? That is demoralizing. It's the same thing politicians do. So why does that always happen?
So that's why I said to you that he is not just walking into the PDP. There are a series of conversations going on. We're looking at the strengths and the weaknesses of all that conversation. And our candidates too in the PDP are going to be subjected together with Governor Obaseki to a process. And we're hoping that because we are a wider stakeholder-owned party, we believe in consensus building, we believe in negotiation. We will negotiate our way to finding our optimal mix of candidates to win the election in Edo State. And winning the election offers all our candidates possibilities in Edo State, in forming the government, and in extending the very good track record of PDP governments in the South-South up to Edo State, which they have missed so far. PDP has controlled most of the South states in the South-South, and they are about the richest states in Nigeria. They are the states that have the lowest incidences of poverty and has improved the lot of the South-South people. So we intend that the Edo people will benefit from the experience of the PDP in extending its rule up to Edo State. And our candidates, together with our party members, are looking forward to that.
Okay, well, we've since been joined by Honorable Edo APC of the APC. Edo State is a key stakeholder there, and then I think he's also an aspirant for that. Good morning, and thank you for joining us today. Well, I know the last time, I suspected this time you might tell us you saw some of those things coming, but did you see all of what's playing out coming as well, Honorable?
Well, thank you, Chimbali, and good morning to our viewers out there. This is unfortunate at where we have found ourselves. Politics is about the people. It's about the people. Unfortunately, listening to my brother, Dr. Osita Chidoka, that the wider spread of ownership, I mean stakeholders, owing party, not one man show. Politics in Edo State today, for me, is a mockery in the eyes of all Nigerians, home and abroad. That those who believe that only them decide what happens in Edo State.